What's up, everybody? This is SidelineRewind, all things professional cheerleading, coming at you with episode number 30.
30?
Here we go.
30 is the age.
Are we? I was going to say, are we over the hill?
Barely.
Wow. We're just 29 and holding. 29.
29 and holding strong. You hear me?
I like it.
I like it.
I like it too.
Come on. Episode 30 in the house. This episode will be called Just Fine. And Jeanine, you did it on this one.
No.
I love this song.
I love it
It's
too.
such a good one. You can turn
I
it on
hadn't
when
heard
you're,
it forever until
when you're
you
getting
said that.
ready or whatever. She gets you pumped up for the day. It's like,
It's a good
Come
one.
on
it's like
now.
a feel-good song.
Come on now.
Yes, I love it. Mary J. Blige,
Yes.
honey. Come on, Mary J. Blige. This song was released on October 16, 2007 as the lead single from her album Growing Pains. That record reached 22 on the USA charts, and it reached number 16 on the UK singles chart. And, honey, we are listening to it like
Yes.
it was number one, honey.
Still,
That's
to
number
this
one
day.
to me.
Today. It's number one to me, too, because, like Jeanine said, we will listen to this while we're getting ready.
That's right.
While
Or
working
if
out.
if you're working out, or if you're going through some things, you're going to be just fine.
It's going to pump
Just
you
fine.
up. That's
yes,
right.
it is, honey.
I love it.
I'm not going to sing today, but here we go.
Oh, come on.
I think you should.
Yes, you should.
I ain't going to do it. But it's okay. We love that song.
That's
We do love
right.
it.
Come on
We
now.
do.
Jeanine,
Yeah.
what's up?
What's up? I'm just trying to stay cool. A little hot going on
Yeah.
outside. But hey, I'll
But
take
you know
it better
what?
than the cold.
Yes.
We didn't plan this, but when we scheduled to do a podcast today, that it's National Best Friends Day.
Oh, that
Isn't that
was
perfect?
Yes,
So
honey.
fitting. We should have named it That's My Best Friend.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, that can be one of our
If
promo
you're not
songs.
going to sing, I will.
Okay, I love it. You got it. You got it, girl. You got it.
I love it.
I love that. Ladies, I miss you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know.
It's been too long.
It's
been
been a
too
minute.
long.
It's been a minute. So I'm just like, what's up with
We have a bunch of
y'all?
our listeners that have been like, hello, you haven't released a podcast. I'm like, I know. You know, it's summertime and our travel schedules get
That's
crazy
right.
and we're trying to make it happen. But here we are.
Yes.
And we want to thank all of our supporters, all the show supporters that are donating each month to help us get this thing flying
That's
high. We
right.
love it and
Thank you.
appreciate you
That's
so
right.
much. All the listeners, everyone still continue to make sure that your automatic download is really automatically downloading because it doesn't always. And I also wanted to say we have something really exciting coming up next month.
Yes.
The Titans Cheer Alumni Association.
Come on,
We're having
so
our
exciting.
reunion weekend.
Yes.
And we kind of lined it up at the same time of year that the NFCAO reunion is.
That's right.
In the even year. So, and we plan to do this, invite the Derrick Dolls, the Memphis Oilers, so they can be a part of our big sorority and family.
Love
But
it.
we have a fun event at New Boots Line Dancing on Friday night.
So
it's going to be so fun.
Come on now.
Gonna
We gonna hit that electric slide.
and
Are
the
you going to
fans.
boot scoot boogie?
Yeah, come on, boot scoot
No.
boogie. Come on now.
She's going to get her fan out. That's what
Come
she's
on,
going
we
to
gonna
do.
get
That's
the
right.
fans out.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what it's about. And Saturday we have a cheer clinic, and we'll have all this stuff up on our website and on our Instagram pages, or you can go to TTC Alumni Instagram page and find out more information. The cheer clinic on Saturday will be our philanthropic event for the weekend, and that's collaborating with Our Rescue that is fighting to end sex trafficking and child exploitation. So we're very excited about that.
Yes.
Great.
And then Sunday, we're going to say our farewell at a brunch at Sunday New Asian, and I'm so
Oh,
excited.
Nice.
Come on now.
Yeah, it's going to be
Okay.
fantastic. So make sure you get registered. We've got a few more weeks to register for that event. And we can't wait to see all our Titans friends, our
That's
Derrick Doll
right.
friends, and our
Spread
Memphis
the
Oilers
word.
friends.
Spread the word.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Spread
a
the
party.
word. It's a party. It's a party.
Uh-oh,
It's a party. Come on now.
Yes, and we
Let's
kind of
go.
left Saturday night kind of free and open so that you can go out and do
Sure.
things with your rookie season or the people that
Sure.
you were the closest to that you
yeah.
missed. So we kind
That's
of left it
great.
like that. We might all end up in the same place. You never know, but we're excited.
We're
That's
excited
awesome.
about that. I
Yes.
like
Can't
this.
wait.
I
Yes.
can't wait to see everybody.
Yes.
That's gonna be fun.
It's going to be a fun weekend.
It
That's awesome.
is.
And tryouts are still going on. There are some that are still happening. Can you guys believe that?
No.
That's really
we don't
crazy.
have all the teams yet. We don't have them all.
I think it's just a
But
couple
we
left,
did.
though.
The Saints just released their team. The Houston Texans just released their
Nice.
team. So we're excited and congratulations to all of those members. And we cannot wait to see you on the field this year.
Yay!
This season, I should say. The 2 teams still going on. Got it going on.
Yes.
The Dallas.
Of
Come on now.
course.
Come on, ladies,
DCC.
gentlemen.
DCC. Don't play.
America's
Don't-
sweethearts.
Don't
And
play.
the documentary's coming out. I think it's on June the 18th on
That's
Netflix.
awesome.
Season
Nice.
2.
Yes.
There we go.
Come on now.
Yes, and then also the Tampa Bay.
Come on, Tampa Bay
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
That's it. So
I love it.
We're waiting to see what happens with that.
The anticipation.
How
Can you believe it?
exciting.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
It's so great.
And I just want to shout out the DCC. They did a showcase all around Dallas, Texas. Around Texas, Midland, Texas, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and I think El Paso. They sold out Austin.
That's so cool. I didn't know that. I got to check that out.
They sold out the show, and so I just wanted to give them a shout out for that. That's awesome.
great.
People
Way to
came
go,
out.
ladies.
They came out and showed out for the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, honey.
And why
They're
wouldn't
blazing
you?
that trail,
They
just
are.
like always.
I love it.
Yes,
Yeah,
honey.
absolutely.
Yes.
Shout out.
So congratulations to everybody.
That's right.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Yes.
Yes, honey.
Yes, honey.
So Anita,
We got to get these shirts made soon.
yes.
come on now.
It's trademark.
Trey.
So, we told you about the new feature. We have our fan mail is what they call it. But on our show notes, it's at the top of at the show description. And it says, we want to hear from you. And you guys are sending us in some great information and we really appreciate it. And one of our followers, Jake, he sent us an email that he feels like that we don't really discuss any of the controversial issues. And I do feel like we've touched on some,
Sure.
just touched on them in some previous episodes.
Yeah.
But, and then I asked him to clarify and send us some questions. What are the things that you want to know more about? And quite honestly, I don't really think the professional cheerleading world is as controversial as people might think.
Or
So-
they want it to be. Want
Right.
it to
I mean,
be.
I know that drama draws more attention, but
Drama,
it's really,
yes.
it's really not. So,
Right.
but Jake, we appreciate that so much.
Yes.
And you
Thank
guys
you,
keep
Jake.
sending us in
Yes.
suggestions and topics you want us to cover, and we'll
Sure.
be happy to do it. So, all that being said, we're going to cover the questions that Jake sent us.
Come on
Oh,
now.
I love that. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay,
now.
the first one. Do you think NFL cheerleaders should be paid more? Okay.
Okay, that's a good question.
Who's going to start us off?
I mean, I guess I can.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
I do think they should be paid more. I know it's a bit, it's controversial topic.
Yeah,
People are like, well, you know what you signed up for. Yes, you do know what you signed up for. But
Yes.
if you look at all of the revenue and all of the things coming in and
Yes.
all of the work that these ladies and gentlemen are putting in on and off the field and numerous hours of practice, rehearsal, community events, calendar shoots, all of these things, I do feel like there might be some room in some cases. Maybe there isn't in some, it's a case to case basis.
Right, of
Yes.
course.
But I
Yes.
do feel like that they really do deserve to be treated well. Although I'll backtrack a little bit. I do feel like the organizations do treat them well.
For sure.
As far
Yes.
as, making sure they're taken care of as far as having what they need, the correct uniforms and shoes and things like that.
Yes.
But I just mean, I feel like if there was any way to negotiate that, they definitely earn every bit of
Absolutely.
what they get and more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I do. And I mean, who doesn't want more money?
Well, sure. Sure. But if you talk about
But yes, but
of course, we cheered in the ancient Fred Flintstone days, but
correct.
if you take what we made per game at that time and you think about all the hours
time
and the
and
things,
energy.
it might have come down to very, pennies on the dollar per hour.
Right.
And that's fine because none of us would trade it for the world.
For the world.
Right.
It was the experience was worth more than any money
Exactly.
amount.
Yes,
I'm just
ma'am.
saying, with the times
Yeah.
changing and things going up and prices and everything, I think that, yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't even really have to be that controversial of a subject, but
Sure.
people, that's one of the I think big misconceptions is people think that's our full-time job when we cheer.
Right.
Yes.
And so, yes, we do put in a lot of hours, but there are also other perks. Like there are paid appearances that
Yes.
we get to take
Sure.
advantage of. And then there are a lot of companies that, we get free perks or
Sure.
highly discounted perks. So it's not just all about that
Right.
pay that goes in your pocket. And we've talked many times about the value of our family and friends and sorority, as we like to
Sure.
call it.
Sure.
So, yeah, I like to also kind of compare it to a musician. When they first start out, they're putting a lot of time and money
Yes.
and hours into their passion and something they love,
Yes.
hoping that one day they're going to make it big. And they may never, but they love every experience
Right.
of it. And I
Correct.
just think that's like, a perfect example of
Yeah.
doing what you love and not getting a lot of money in return. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I think there's different, like we talked about, different levels of different organizations have different, what am I trying to say?
Support.
Yeah, just different
Financial
avenues.
means.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And so I think it kind of goes back to that old saying, you get what you pay for.
Right.
In a way, I feel like when you look at some of these like top tier
mhm.
teams, these are the best of the best of the best
Yes.
because they are able to provide
Agreed.
opportunities and get that best of the best of the best experience.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
mean they are a huge compliment to the organization and the community,
Sure.
but it's also a really integral part of the fan experience, that whole game day
Yes.
atmosphere. So that's also,
Absolutely.
another little check off in the favor of a little more money, please.
Just a little more. And
Absolutely.
I think that it's important that social media has played a big role in these teams being able to financially be able to do more, to
Mhm.
put more income into the cheerleader pot of what it is.
Of
Social
course.
media, if you have over so many followers and
Right.
streams,
Sure.
you can make money off of that.
Sure.
And so I'm thinking if you can do that and make revenue come in that way, then yes, you should pay them a little. You can afford to pay them a little
That's
bit
A
right.
little bit more.
because you're getting other streams of income coming in. Netflix, I'm sure, plays a good. That's a pretty
Exactly.
good mint of a dollar to come in to support that. To support them,
Right.
So you are able to do a little bit more for them. So I'm thinking other streams of income coming in to help.
hmm
Well, the case of yes, they need
Sure.
to be paid a little bit more.
Yes.
Agreed.
I think we're all agreed on that.
Okay.
huh?
So, Jake, if that doesn't answer everything you wanted to know about it, then you just
Yes.
let us know. We'll be happy to
That's
delve
right.
into it.
Well,
deeper.
we can dive a little deeper, but that should do it.
That should do it.
Come on now,
It's all love. That's it.
that's it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The next question: how do you prevent competitiveness or division within the squad itself?
Ooh, child.
I personally think that a little bit of competitiveness is a good thing. I think if you have somebody that you look to and you're like, wow, they're really killing it. They're awesome. I want to be to that level, or
Makes you work harder.
even if it's not that, even if it's like, oh, she was in the front this time, I'm gonna work harder.
Yes.
They're gonna notice me
Yes.
because
That's right.
I want to be there. I think
Yes.
in that aspect, I think it's a good thing to have, as long as it's healthy.
right. It
Um,
doesn't have to equal divisiveness just
That's
because
right.
there's competitiveness.
That's
Correct.
right. I think that can be a good thing, and that's what's gonna elevate your whole team to the next level if everybody's trying to really take that bar, set it really high.
Yes.
I think that's a good thing. What do you think about the division? Do you think?
No, I think that I feel like and this is my thing in life, I want to support and empower us as women or
Mhm.
anybody, not even just as women, as humans.
Right.
So if you shine, we all shine.
Right.
Exactly.
If you're in the front and you get to go to the Pro Bowl, or if you're in the front and you're on the tip of the thing, if you shine, we are all shining.
That's right.
And it empowers you to, just like you're saying, if I want to be at the tip, then I'm going to have to shine and work hard and be there too. But
Right.
I'm not going to hate on you because you're there.
Right.
It
inspires me to
That's
work
right.
That's where the division could come
be
in.
there.
Yeah, sure.
Because we all got it. We all got something
Exactly.
to give. We all got something
yes,
to
or
give.
you wouldn't be on the field.
Very well
you
said.
wouldn't be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not to be divisive, but it's like, if we're all on here together. If one person shines and gets to do an ad for whatever, Ray-Ban, I'm just going to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And
Shout out.
then she gets to do that commercial. Congratulate her.
Right.
And empower her to be like, girl, you go.
And they're like, that's the
Because-
girl from the Titans that got to do the Ray-Ban commercial, so it helps us all.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
very
I
well
just
said.
realized if I get to shine, then I'm bringing all of you with me. It doesn't mean
Right, but
that I'm
you know what?
better
In
one
turn,
way.
it comes back to you because
Exactly.
you're putting that out there, and then
Yes.
it's going to come back to you, and then you're going to get your turn, and then it's going to be like,
Yes.
okay, it's my turn now. I mean, dimming someone else's light is never going to make you shine brighter.
No.
Never.
So I
That's
do feel
Say
like
that
exactly
one
right.
more
that's.
time.
Let me see if I can remember it. Dimming someone else's light is never going to make you shine brighter.
That is
Absolutely.
very
So,
true.
I feel like, yeah, if you can just keep that mindset and you can be inspired by someone, like you said, instead
Yes.
of being like hateful, like, I don't like her. Why I don't
Correct.
like her? She's getting to do this and that, and I'm not.
Right.
You know, use that as motivation to make
Yeah.
yourself better because she's a member of your team. And guess what? You're on the team too. So every member has
Yes.
an important role to play.
Absolutely.
And it wouldn't be a team
Right.
with just one person.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
You're all shining
That's
if they're,
right.
they're representing you as a team. So
That's
it's
right.
like you're all shining. She's just the representation of
Right.
all of you.
Yes.
Exactly.
So support her and empower each other because your time is coming.
That's
honey.
right.
Come on now.
Come on now.
But I think also from another perspective is that we really need to give a huge shout out to the leadership in
Sure.
these squads because it all trickles down. And if you don't have good leadership,
Yes, ma'am.
then you'll see that division
Sure.
created within
Yes.
your squad.
Sure.
And so I feel like they're doing all the directors
I
are
do
doing an
too.
excellent job.
Very
And
good.
you can tell like we got to experience a couple of the tryouts
Right.
and just the sisterhood, knowing
yeah.
that some of those people wouldn't be back with you, but they were all one big family. And it was
Right.
so cool to see. I
Exactly.
love it.
It's so inspiring to see that for
Wasn't
sure.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my favorite question. and
Okay,
I like
Jake.
that.
You go, Jake.
Yeah.
Work it, Jake.
Okay. The next one. Do you think NFL cheerleaders should have weigh-ins or maintain a certain weight? This is a heavy one.
Yeah.
No pun
I
intended.
was gonna say, wow.
Like, what?
I was like, wait, I looked at my head whipped around.
She
Like,
did.
what did you say? I personally, because I was on a collegiate dance team and then came to professional and experienced weigh-ins, I don't think actually stepping on a scale is healthy, in my opinion. I don't think a number. I think it messes with people's heads, and I think that someone could be standing next to someone else that might weigh 20 pounds less than them, but they look like they still both look very fit
Yes.
and in shape. And I think when you stand on, well, you're 5'3" and you're 5'3", so then you should both be, 105
Right.
or whatever,
That's just
something
not it.
ridiculous. That's not how everybody's made differently. And I just think that the number thing is it's harsh. I mean, I had to do it, and I think that it really messed with my head for a lot of
Correct.
times, especially when I went from high school to college. It really, I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. I think if you can look at the team members, and if somebody maybe is not at their best, then maybe, you encourage them and help them. And Anita knows a lot of ways, to do that. But on the flip side of that, I think that let me just say, I think God created everyone perfectly.
Mhm.
Everyone is perfectly made.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody's different. And I feel like maybe if somebody is a little heavier set and they're killing it and they're pulling their weight and they're doing a great job. And I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I will say, I think that we should be inclusive in these days. And I think that as long as it's,
They can still do their role.
right. Because I think, it's about the talent, and everybody, you're cheering to a fan base, and there's a fan for everything. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
That
That
everybody
beauty
has
is
a
in the eye of
different-
the beholder. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
And so I think as long as, the directors are okay with it, and
Right.
I think you
Yeah,
go.
I think on the professional dance level also, these are women on the field. They're not supposed to look like high school cheerleaders. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
right.
They
Yeah.
should look like women, and that's
Sure.
okay. And I personally, obviously I'm coming from a completely different perspective, not perspective, but because of what I do for
Sure.
a living.
Yes, honey.
And I was the fitness director that had to watch the weight of the Titans when I was there after I finished cheering. But, weight, like you said, that number is not only does it mess with your head, it really doesn't indicate things because, I'm a muscular person.
Sure.
I'm very
Yeah.
dense and I weigh very heavy. And I could be standing next to someone that was considerably larger than me. and we'd weigh the same amount.
Right.
And so that doesn't really do anything. But I do think like you want to feel comfortable. I can remember us like being, I don't want to put this uniform on if I don't feel comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
So there's a lot of that. I feel self-regulation when you're out there.
Yes.
As long as you're toned, I don't think the weight has anything to do because, like you said, different sizes, different body types, are all acceptable.
Sure.
It's fine. That was one of the things that I feel like America's Sweethearts got some negative feedback about, or not feedback, but to them. But I just heard people talking about how they said stuff about their body type. But what they're doing, like we've talked before, they're protecting their brand and they're trying to get the body type that looks good in that uniform. And you know what? That's their brand and they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, they're allowed to do that.
Absolutely.
That's true.
But I also think, if you were auditioning for a role in a movie and this is what they're looking for,
you would do it.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
And so if you don't want to audition for that role, then don't do it. So I don't think it has to be like a specific body type or a specific weight. But I do think, you want to look fit and you want to be considered an athlete, right? Like,
we are
absolutely.
You have to be able to do
you get
everything
tired
else.
doing that.
Sure.
That's a long day.
Child.
And I also
you gotta
think
be
like
in shape.
Absolutely. I also think like so many people's like fake dating profiles. Like if you go to try out and you look one way, you make it. And then, 2 months later, you look 40 pounds more. That's not right.
No.
And so that, and I don't agree with that.
Right.
I don't want to,
for sure.
I think you do.
You
like
got to maintain
you're
that.
being hired as an ambassador for this brand and this company, and this is what they want, and then it's your job to maintain that.
Agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I 100%. I cheered in college, and the whole thing about the weight thing, child. Yeah, that brings nightmares back.
No, I don't know how they even got away with that. I really don't.
We were on the scale.
It really, every week.
Yeah, and that was my thing. It's like, it's my thing is about it's not shaming, but
sorta.
It kind of is because we lined up and we were in the middle of the athletic thing, and we had to get on the scale in front of everybody, and he's like, "Okay, you're 5 pounds heavier today. Get off."
It was very harsh.
It's very harsh, and then you're around, and then they didn't do it in private. You're around everybody.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And so it's for me, I just feel like if you do have concerns with someone that has a weight issue and you want them, then tell them. Don't
privately.
Put them on don't put them on the squad to shame them into
if you
because that creates an eating disorder and all of these things.
Yes,
I think that you need to either say, "We love you and we want you on here, but you need to trim down in the correct way. Come back next year. Let's go. This is what we need to do. Don't put somebody on to shame them."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think also it encourages, I don't know if you've ever been around somebody that goes, "Oh, I'm so fat," or "I'm so this," and they're smaller than you, and you're looking like, "Well, she must think I'm an elephant." Like, you know what I mean? So it just encourages that kind of yucky feeling that you don't really want between each other.
Right.
Correct. So I just think a healthy body image or whatever you're promoting, do it healthy and know that, but weigh-ins, I don't think weigh-ins.
I think
as long
we
as you
should
look good in the uniform,
that should be canceled.
That definitely.
I don't know if anybody's still. I guess
doubt
they
it,
don't.
but
I mean, they don't.
Unanimously, we vote against that.
We vote no to that.
Don't do it.
No, just
don't do that.
It's
as long
a no
as
for
they
me,
look
dog.
good.
I mean, even to this day, I threw out every scale. Like, I don't have scales. I won't get on a scale. Like, if you're by the doctor, I'm like, I don't want. Just it's a psychological thing at this point. And that's
really
so sad.
is.
But I
do that too.
I mean, I did kind of like to get on the scales because even from my toddler years on, I've always been a muscular person.
Yes.
And I don't know if you remember, like at the fair when they would guess your weight, and if they couldn't guess it, then you win a prize.
Yeah.
I won every prize. They could never guess my weight. They always guessed under, and I was like, so I didn't really mind stepping on the scales.
Yes.
But that's a completely different story.
No.
I think we could talk more about that because it really is something. Just to talk about. But just don't.
Thank you for that question, Jake. Actually, that's can be a very controversial topic, and we appreciate it.
It's like, it don't matter. Come on now. Don't
For
be
sure.
Looking at that number.
Right.
All right.
Look at that number.
Don't
Anyway.
look. Last question.
Okay.
Do you consider professional cheerleading a sport?
Well, duh.
Come on now.
Do you know that? I mean, the athleticism and the strength and the endurance that these athletes have to
Exactly.
maintain a whole game. There's no go sit down on the bench and let's wait till the next play.
Catch your breath.
You've got to go the whole time. You were on for 4 hours straight. I mean, pretty much. You get a halftime, but most of the time there's a performance or a, in the halftime that you've got to go be a part of.
Yes.
So,
Well, also, most sports, it doesn't matter what you look like. You actually have to look good while you're doing all this.
Yes.
Yes.
Effortlessly.
yes.
If you're running track and you're sweating in, your
Throw
hair's
your
falling
hair
down,
up.
nobody
Throw
cares.
your hair up, it's fine. Oh, no.
No, not this.
You got to look good and sweat good.
That's
But I
right.
had to look up the actual definition of sport just so you all will understand.
Let's talk about that.
It's an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. So that right there says it's a sport.
Yes. And let me just say this. Back in high school, and I'm going to show my age. But anyway, back in high school, 90s,
Flintstones,
80s.
meet the
Yes,
Flintstones.
honey. All these guys are
kidding.
like, because we at that time we were going to a competition, and
Yeah.
and again it has increased since then. All the
For sure.
competitions, they were like, cheerleading's not a sport, and I'm like, we're like, did you just see what we did out there?
Right.
Do you understand how much practice and work that we're
Right.
doing? So I just think like from then until now, I think that perspective has changed.
I do too.
Sure.
But I know one of the arguments that people say that because it's subjective, they don't consider it a sport. And I'm like, hello, gymnastics. Like
Right.
you have different components of it that you have to be able to do. But
sure.
overall, it's
At the end
still
of the day, it's
subjective.
very subjective. Yeah.
It's not the only sport like that. But I
Right.
also, I listened to this podcast and I can't remember. I think it was the New York Times, the Daily, and it was about cheerleading. But one of the things they were saying is the reason they didn't want to call it a sport back in the day was because then they would be able to, or they would be required to offer scholarships. And they were trying to avoid that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not cool.
That's not
Oh,
cool. But
wow.
now, honey, they got full rides for
Full
some
rides.
places.
Well, I had a full
It's-
ride for
yeah.
4 years.
Come
at
on now.
AT&T.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know how if they still do that, but
I
they
think
did at the time I was
It
there.
has expanded
Yeah. It's crazy.
for a lot of people.
I mean,
So,
it's great.
come on now.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a sport.
It's
Yeah.
a, it's
Oh,
a
100% is a sport.
We just answered that question.
I
It
mean-
is a sport.
let me tell you something. And again, showing my age, and you know this.
Yeah.
You know this too. Mississippi State Peach Bowl, 1996. We went to the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. We woke up the day of the Peach Bowl. We did a parade
yeah.
at 9:00 in the
Sure.
morning.
Yeah.
We did 2 alumni functions before the game. We did a pep rally outside of the Georgia Dome.
Yes.
We cheered and ESPN games TV games are longer than a
Right.
regular game.
Right.
We cheered a whole game, right?
Yeah.
And then I did an appearance after the game.
Wow.
That's a
That
lot.
is- y'all.
Yes.
So it's like you are, again, every flip, cheer,
Right.
you're doing that 20 times over.
Right. It's the real deal.
It's a sport.
Yes.
I think maybe they should bring back some of those competitions they had between. Remember, we did an episode where we showed some of that or talked about that information where a couple of school. It was like it was televised.
Yes, what
Remember?
was that called?
I can't remember. I got to go back and look. But maybe if we did more of those.
Wow. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
then,
It's a sport. And even
100%
if we
it
just
is.
talk about more about what they do outside of it or what happens before the game and after the game,
That's a long day.
it's a long day and you're performing.
Right.
You're performing and then you're shaking hands and dealing with people.
Right.
That's a lot of
And not only
energy
that, but look at all
exertion.
the training you have to even get to the point
Absolutely.
to audition for
there.
the team or try out for the team.
Exactly.
I mean, kids are starting as young as 3 years old,
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
all the way through,
Come on now. Say it.
aspiring to be, college or pro or
Yes.
both. So yeah, that's intense. It's a lot of training. No one can just walk in and do it. You can't.
You just can't.
No.
So please don't take that for granted.
Yes.
it's a sport and we work hard. dang it.
Yes.
Come on now.
And if you need other examples, we're here for it.
That's right.
Let us know. Send us your questions.
So we want to know.
We want to know.
Bring us your questions. Yeah. We
Yeah,
want
and maybe we can have some of the directors on to answer some of those questions too, and what they feel about those questions, and just say, "Hey, listen, this is what
That's
this
right.
is.
Yeah.
They worked hard. We worked
Absolutely.
hard. We worked hard."
Yes.
We appreciate all those questions, Jake. And like she said, if anybody has other questions they want or topics they want us to discuss, please send them in.
Yeah.
Guests you'd like us to have on. We have a long list of guests, and
We
with
do.
our crazy summer travel schedules and their crazy summer schedules, we're having a little bit of hard time getting everybody
Yes.
scheduled
Yes,
in,
but-
but they're coming.
They're
That's right.
coming.
And we're excited. We
We
can't
are
wait.
very
exciting.
We really do have some fantastic
Yes.
guests coming up.
We do, and we've got some great things coming. I mean, we
This-
still have great things coming up.
Yes,
that
the
we're gonna do,
alumni
and-
reunion
That's
weekend, but then
right.
the fall is going to be very busy for us. So
Yes.
we can't wait.
Yes,
So
it's gonna be
exciting.
great.
We're going to bring you along with us, so be ready.
Be ready, get ready.
Yes.
If you, what is it? You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
We gonna stay ready, so we ain't got to get ready.
That's
Come
right.
on now.
Yep.
So remember, ladies and gentlemen, that to send us your favorite rewinds. We love those. And
Bring
I think
it.
A lot of people love that as well.
They do love it.
Yes. We want to hear from you.
We want to hear from y'all. And
Yes.
let us know what y'all are doing and who you cheered with and what year you cheered and all that stuff.
Right.
All those fun
Yes.
things.
Come on now.
We just did that.
I think we did.
We did.
We done covered everything.
So bring us some more questions. We're ready to answer some
We
more.
like that, actually.
That was fun.
We really do.
Yes.
And if you want to be one of our get one of our subscriptions, please do that as well. Support
Yes.
the podcast.
Yes.
Go ahead and do that for us.
Yeah, and stay tuned for our Instagram page. We're going to start highlighting, especially the supporters who have businesses. We want to make sure that we support you and advertise for your business as well.
Yes.
We know how much that means to you, and we
Absolutely.
know what
Right.
your support means to us. So we want to give
Yeah.
back.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to
Wow.
thank you for following us and all the supporters, sponsors, and the rewinds that we have gotten. Thank you for those. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for Mr. Jimmy, for the use of the studio, and our sound engineer. Thank you, Tim, for that. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 30.
We are just fine, girl.
We are just
Let's go.
fine.
Let's go.
Let's go.